Hi, this is Eduardo from the EFWA team from spring 2020. And this video is to showcase the social media login user stories that were completed this semester. So first I'm gonna go through just the quick demo of how it works using um, the Google API. And I will go over the code, show you where you can find all the methods and the buttons within the project itself. So for reference for you guys. And yeah, let's just go ahead and start. I'm gonna go in here into the login page first. In order to log in with the social media account, you would have to have that account linked to your Effort account. So in theory, if this Google account is not linked to, or this Google email is not associated to my Effort within the database, upon like trying to log in here, it will not let me proceed. So we would have to go into Effort using our original credentials. And once you're logged in, we then would go into edit profile. Let me just give it a little bit of time. But once we're in the edit profile, um, you will see the two buttons that were completed in this project fully, which are the Google and Facebook buttons. A quick, well, I'll mention it later. I was going to say something about the Facebook button, but I'll mention it after the demo. Once you're in the edit profile page, clicking on the Google sign in into your Google account will, right there, my account was linked to Effort with that, well, linked specifically to that trader account that I logged into. Once it successfully links the accounts, it brings you back here to this home page. In order to test it, we're just going to go ahead and log out. Now, since the accounts are linked, I should be able to go back into this login page, clicking on the Google sign in with that same account I linked. And there you go. As you can see, we were able to log in. And the same thing is true with the Facebook button. That's how it works. The only issue is, which is something that we ran into recently, is that, as you can see, the production site is not secure, or its HTTP is not on an HTTPS URL. So unfortunately, when you try to use the the Facebook login, it will tell you that you can't access a token to log in because Facebook requires an HTTPS URL. To speak a little bit more on that, let me go into the Facebook developer dashboard. So as you can see here, they enforce HTTPS. There is just no way that we can use it in its current state with our production URL, just because of the fact that it's not on an HTTPS URL. But this is where you would add the website. Here's another error message that you can see. HTTPS is required for all redirect URIs. We were able to validate that everything works using the local host, and we have videos recorded of it. It does work. It's just right now in the production, like I said, we have that limitation at the moment. But given that this was a HTTPS URL, the Facebook login would work exactly the same as the Google. Same thing with the linking, everything's identical. Here is the Google developer console. Within here, when you log in, which we're gonna provide the login credentials for effort@gmail, as well as the Facebook and all the other accounts that were created for the purpose of doing these user stories. They'll all be provided. But once you log in and you go into the Effort project, inside your dashboard, you go to credentials, you will see here under OAuth 2.0 client IDs, you'll find the Effort project. And there you can find the client ID, client secret, and here's where you provide the URI for basically the project's website. For example, when we were testing this during development in our localhost, this is where localhost will be indicated so that it would work. If you don't update this to the actual website that you're testing, it's not going to work. So just keep that in mind. You can't add multiple, so if you want to have the local host and the production site at the same time, you can. It's up to you. It's a quick update. Just change it and just save. For these other social media logins, they're not up and running yet. And this is due to the fact that they require app review or developer verification before we gain access to the APIs themselves. And unfortunately, due to the to COVID-19, their review slash confirmation or verification process is taking longer than normal, and some are just not doing it at the moment just because the task force that they normally have for that are being redirected to handle other things. That's kind of out of our hands. But even though these are not working yet, as I show you here, if we go to the project, well, I won't be showing you that specific part here because I'm more focused on the front end. Actually, I will. I'm sorry. If you go into the home layout view, here you can see the LinkedIn function that handles the API. Same thing with Twitter and Instagram. And in Rosie's video, which will be separate from here, she goes over the backend methods. You'll see that all those are in place. So they're basically ready they're ready to be applied once we have the OAuth keys, basically from Instagram and these other social media providers. The buttons themselves for the login page will be found here in account login. So you can see here's the Google, here's LinkedIn, here's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So these are the buttons themselves. All these classes that they're referring to and the functions. For example, the on clicks or data on success, on sign in. These are the functions that will handle that would do the actual call to the API and all that. Those can be found here in home layout. As I mentioned before, here you'll find the on sign in for Google. So when the user clicks on the Google sign in, it goes through this function and it calls the API. And then it references the backend methods for doing the user validation and all the database stuff. Here is the Facebook function that handles the API. And like I mentioned before, the LinkedIn, all the other ones are down there. For the account, for edit account, those will be found. Bear with me, I have to actually open it here. if we go to views and we go to edit user profile under trader, and then we go to the bottom here. Here you can find the buttons in the edit profile page. So here's the Google button, here's the Facebook button. And then the functions that these are calling, you can actually find, it wouldn't be in home layout, these will actually be in layout, which I don't have open, so bear with me, I'm gonna open it from. So if you go under the shared folder, you will go to layout, and here you can find the Google function and the Facebook function, and no other ones, because as you guys saw on the website, we don't actually have the rest of the login, the rest of the social medias inside the edit profile. So that's basically it. This took a while to complete. There was a lot of things that we had to do for the API to get it working, and then passing all the information over to the back end. That definitely was a challenge. I mean, we were able to complete it with Google and Facebook. You know, it was a nice accomplishment. And like I said, we have the back end in place for the other buttons. So Rosie will actually touch more on those in her video. And let me make sure I'm not missing anything. No, so that's basically it. If you guys have any questions, you can contact me at email here. I would love to be able to help. And you guys, if any of y'all have any questions or just any confused about anything, just reach out to me and hopefully I can help you guys. And yeah, that is all for this video. Thank you very much.